1 Samuel chapter 11. And Nahash the Ammonite comes up and encamps against Jabesh-Gilead. And all the men of Jabesh say to Nahash, Make a covenant with us, and we serve you. And Nahash the Ammonite says to them, For this I cut a covenant with you, in picking out every right eye of yours, and I have set it for a reproach on all Israel. And the elderly of Jabesh say to him, Leave us alone for 7 days, and we send messengers into all the border of Israel. And if there is none saving us, then we have come out to you. And the messengers come to Gibeah of Saul, and speak the words in the ears of the people, and all the people lift up their voice and weep. And behold, Saul has come out of the field after the herd, and Saul says, What is that to the people that they weep? And they recount the words of the men of Jabesh to him. And the Spirit of God prospers over Saul in his hearing these words, and his anger burns greatly. And he takes a couple of oxen and cuts them in pieces, and sends them through all the border of Israel by the hand of the messengers, saying, He who is not coming out after Saul and after Samuel, thus it is done to his oxen. And the fear of Yahweh falls on the people, and they come out as one man. And he inspects them in Bezek, and the sons of Israel are 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they say to the messengers who are coming, Thus you say to the men of Jabesh-Gilead, Tomorrow you have safety by the heat of the sun. And the messengers come and declare it to the men of Jabesh, and they rejoice. And the men of Jabesh say to the Ammonites, Tomorrow we come out to you, and you have done to us according to all that is good in your eyes. And it comes to pass on the next day that Saul puts the people in 3 detachments, and they come into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and strike Ammon until the heat of the day. And it comes to pass that those left are scattered, and there have not been left 2 of them together. And the people say to Samuel, Who is he that says, Saul reigns over us? Give up the men, and we put them to death. And Saul says, There is no man put to death on this day, for today Yahweh has worked salvation in Israel. And Samuel says to the people, Come, and we go to Gilgal, and renew the kingdom there. And all the people go to Gilgal, and cause Saul to reign there before Yahweh in Gilgal, and sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings there before Yahweh. And Saul rejoices there, and all the men of Israel, very greatly.